I overheard my girlfriend brutally mocking me to her best friend. My girlfriend's name is Jenna. She's 28 and we've been together a little over 2 years. I'm 33, a veterinarian, and we met at my clinic. She had just moved to town and brought in her dog, who had an ear infection. We started talking, and a 15-minute appointment turned into an hour-long conversation. I'd never been so charmed by a woman before. Yeah, I was living a bachelor lifestyle, and I had started to think I'd be single forever. My life of casual flings was becoming more and more boring and empty. Jenna is charismatic and has lots of friends. Her best friend is a guy named Dylan, whom she's known for a long time. I trust Jenna, but I'd be lying if I said their relationship didn't bother me at all. I don't get angry or argue with her about it. She's reassured me many times that they've been friends for life and nothing sexual has ever happened between them. I'm confident enough to accept their friendship, and I even tried to befriend Dylan. He's visited our city 3 times. He's a cool guy, but I get the feeling he doesn't like me much. Jenna says he's just protective, but in my opinion, it feels more like jealousy than protection. Jenna just finished graduate school this spring and had a really hard time finding a job. We've been living together for a year now, and I understand that she can't help with rent and expenses yet. I'm financially well off, so it's not a problem, but I don't want to become a reason for her to avoid looking for work because I believe everyone should have financial independence. So, I told her she should start paying half of the expenses once she found a job. On Monday, she texted me saying she'd gotten a job one she really wanted and that she had to go through a tough interview to get it. I was so happy and proud of her that I decided to leave the office early without telling her and surprise her. I bought her favorite alcohol, her favorite Chinese food, and flowers. A few weeks ago, Jenna had seen a beautiful necklace in a store not too expensive, but with a shark pendant, and she's obsessed with sharks. I bought it and hid it in the basement, planning to surprise her with it later when she'd forgotten about it. When I got home, I came in through the side entrance into the basement to grab the necklace. As I came up the basement stairs and opened the door, I heard Jenna talking on the phone. Normally, I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I heard her laughing so hard she was nearly crying it sounded sweet. So I decided to wait until she was done to make my surprise. She was talking to Dylan, nothing unusual. They talk at least once a week, but then I heard what they were laughing about. It took me a few moments to realize she was laughing about our sex life. She said something like, "No, he's not even close to my ex. My ex was at least 8 centimeters bigger. Every time I eat a baby carrot, I feel sorry for him. It must be traumatic for him that I bite off the same size. It would almost be cute if it wasn't so sad. He's got a great body until he takes off his boxers." Then they both burst out laughing. Look, I don't care what people on the internet think about size, but what she said isn't even true. And somehow that makes it hurt even more. I don't know about her ex, maybe he was huge, but I'm just an average guy. Nothing extreme, but nothing to mock either. I've never been insecure about it. But hearing my girlfriend talk about me like that, especially to the friend I already have doubts about, was beyond hurtful. Hurtful doesn't even come close to describing what I felt. She also mocked me for being good looking but not particularly smart, which is ironic because I'm actually highly educated. That part didn't bother me. I know I'm smart. So yeah, I'm a handsome, highly intelligent guy with an average-sized penis. After that, I just walked out. I threw the flowers out of my car window. Yes, I cried in the parking lot. I think she either heard the basement door close or saw my car pulling away because she quickly started texting me, asking when I would be home. This happened on Monday and I still haven't brought it up with her. I don't know how to do it. I think I'm still processing what happened. It's incredibly awkward and painful, but damn, I love this girl. I know I need to talk to her about it, but how? Do you have any advice on how to start this conversation? I'm deeply hurt and I'm not sure I'll be able to forgive her for this. Edit. I want to add that I've decided I'm definitely breaking up with Jenna. Today, I met 3 friends for a beer and told them what happened. Their opinion matched. Yours: break up and do it quickly. I also called my mum and told her everything. Yes, I told her everything, even though it was embarrassing. We're very close and I wanted her to understand. I've never heard her so angry. She knew I had bought a ring for Jenna. I'll post an update once it's done, most likely tomorrow. Emotionally, I'll be pretty wrecked. Again, thank you for all the comments and supportive messages. I didn't expect so many people to be on my side. Update. Well, I stayed strong and broke up with Jenna on Thursday evening. Honestly, it was the most dramatic few days of my life. I am completely drained. From Jenna's side, it got pretty ugly. Sorry for the long text, but a lot happened. On the advice of my friends, my mum, my brother, and many of you, I decided to talk to her in a public place. The logic was that a person capable of being that cruel and deceitful might twist the story completely, claiming she dumped me because I hit her or some other nonsense. I'd like to think she wouldn't do anything like that, but after everything that happened, who knows? Better to be safe. 81st, I considered just packing her things and ending it without any explanation, but after 2 years together, I decided it would be better to have a calm conversation and hear her out even. If it wouldn't change my decision to leave. So I took her to a wine bar downtown that has small private booths with curtains. Since Monday, Jenna had been acting like an angel. That told me one of three things: A, she felt guilty about what she'd done; B, she suspected I might have overheard her; C, she just noticed I was distant and had no idea why. She dressed up a lot, and despite everything that happened, I have to admit she looked stunning. Jenna was also very affectionate, constantly making suggestive comments about what she wanted to do with me later. Normally, my precious little baby carrot, yes, I can still joke about it, would have been thrilled. But given the circumstances, hearing that was difficult and staying calm was harder. I had rehearsed what I wanted to say many times. So, as soon as we sat down and got our wine, I began. I don't remember every word exactly. Adrenaline was high and things were a blur. I started by telling her how much I loved her, that she was the only woman I had ever felt such a deep connection with, and that I had completely opened up to and trusted her. I told her she was the only woman I had ever thought about marrying, and that I had gone ring shopping for her. I didn't mention that I had already bought the ring. I said I had genuinely pictured us having children in the next few years. She kept interrupting with things like, "Oh, that's so sweet," or telling me how much she loved me. Then I looked her straight in the eyes and asked her directly, "If you love me so much, why did you so cruelly mock me to Dylan?" The expression on her face gave me a small sense of satisfaction. As expected, Jenna initially denied everything and pretended she had no idea what I was talking about. She claimed Dylan knew how much she loved me and that she would never make fun of me to him. I just looked at her and said something like, "Come on, Jenna." Even after I told her I came home early on Monday and heard everything, she kept denying it. It was infuriating. I told her calmly that we both knew she was lying and that what she said was unforgivable. I couldn't understand why she would say such things at all, especially when she was lying just to get a laugh at my expense. Jenna continued to deny it, acting like I was crazy. She said she loved me so much, that she had never been unhappy with our sex life, that she would never complain about my size, and that she knew how smart and caring I was, and that this was exactly why she loved me. If I hadn't heard her with my own ears talking to Dylan, I might have believed her. Give her an Oscar for that performance. Some commenters had asked if I was sure she was talking about me when I overheard her. When she talked about her ex and his kraken, she mentioned my name while comparing me to him. I'm 100% certain she was talking about me and that she was lying to my face. I told her I would drive us home so she could grab her essentials and her dog. My brother and his wife would be there too. I wanted witnesses to confirm that I let her collect her things and that I didn't act aggressively. I said I'd pack the rest of her belongings and leave them outside so she could pick them up whenever it was convenient. Jenna was shocked that I was actually breaking up with her. She begged me to reconsider, but my decision was final. It was hard to hold back tears when she said she wanted to spend her whole life with me and that she had planned to be the mother of my children. She kept asking what she should do now and where she would sleep. I told her that was no longer my problem and that she had plenty of friends she could stay with until she found a place. Almost all the furniture and decor in the house was mine. All she needed to take were her clothes, toiletries, and small personal items. Every bit of home remodeling she had done had been paid for by me. And then came the tears. Jenna started crying and saying she didn't understand how I could do this to her. She must have repeated 1,000,000 times that she thought I was a good guy. I told her I am a good guy, that's exactly why I didn't throw her things out on the lawn, change the locks, and give no explanation, and I swear, this woman still managed to twist the knife deeper. She said she didn't know why she said all that to Dylan, but finally admitted it and claimed maybe it was because with Dylan she could laugh about things that otherwise would make her cry. Apparently, this was about my penis. That was the Last straw, and normally I don't stoop to petty insults, but I told her she could go back to her hometown and live with Dylan or her ex-boyfriend with his 9-inch blessing. It was amazing how fast her tears disappeared. Suddenly, I was the jerk. I didn't know how to treat women. I was a loser. I had a small dick. I'd be alone forever. She'd never loved me, only saw me more as a friend, but didn't want to hurt me, so she stayed. Logical, right? She said if I had proposed, she would have said no, then she called me a loser again and a jerk. And just in case I didn't get the message the first time, she confirmed that yes, she meant her comparison of my manhood to a baby carrot. Oh, and apparently, I'm going to die alone. I told her I'd rather die alone than in a marriage with a woman who doesn't love or respect me. No joke, she started screaming. Not speaking, not yelling words, just this long, incredibly loud scream. It was creepy. Then she just bolted out of there, calling me a disgusting pig. After I paid the bill and apologized to the waiter for the drama, I stepped outside and saw Jenna standing there crying. I knew what she'd done was horrible, and everything she'd just said was horrible, but it still didn't feel great to see her like that. It was already pretty cold out, so I told her I could drive her back home to pack her things, but she had to leave and stay somewhere else once she grabbed her bag. She agreed, and we drove in complete silence. It was painfully awkward. When we got home, my brother and his wife were there. His wife stayed inside while Jenna packed, and my brother waited outside with me. The whole thing went down calmly enough. I later texted Jenna to let her know her remaining stuff would be left on the porch and she should pick it up while I was at work. I didn't hear from her all day until I was about to head home from work. Then she sent me this nasty message, basically wishing every bad thing possible to happen to me. I didn't respond. When I got home, I found total chaos. Everything was smashed. I don't know if Jenna had made a spare key I didn't know about or if she knew how to pick locks, but she somehow got into the house and destroyed it. She broke irreplaceable things, tore up the furniture, trashed the kitchen. Everything was ruined. The only good thing she did was lock my 2 dogs in one room, probably so they wouldn't cut themselves on the broken glass or eat anything dangerous. I have 2 cars, one for daily use and a work SUV. I use the SUV for special cases, when I need to transport large or exotic animals to the clinic. In all the chaos, I'd forgotten I had given her a key to the SUV in case of emergencies. I went to check it, she had destroyed that too. There was flour dumped all over the inside and tomato sauce smeared everywhere. Stuff is just stuff, but what hit me harder was realizing she could do something so immature and disgusting after everything. I was just in shock. Just last weekend, I took her to a play, we hung out with friends, played Monopoly, even made our own drinking game, watched Netflix, had sex several times. And now my house and car are wrecked and I'm an emotional mess. Amazing how fast things can change. Not my proudest moment, but I was so angry I immediately went on Costco's delivery site and ordered 20 bags of baby carrots, 2 kilograms each, addressed to Jenna at her friend's place. 40 kilograms of mini carrots? They deliver within the hour. That evening, I got a flood of colorful, insulting texts from Jenna. Yes, it was petty. No, I don't regret it, except maybe for wasting food. Hopefully, she donates the carrots or makes something out of them. That's it. I've blocked Jenna everywhere. She's truly cruel, and I know I deserve better. Since Monday, I've thought a lot about myself as a partner and tried to understand what could have led to Jenna building up such resentment or dissatisfaction toward me. To be 100% honest, I work a lot. I try to make time for the people I love, and I try not to bring home negativity after a hard day, though sometimes I fail. Jenna and I argued about that before, and I really did try to arrange my schedule to get home at a reasonable time and leave tough days behind. But anyone who works as a vet or knows someone who does understands we're always on call for emergencies. Sometimes there are patients who need checking on or staying overnight. Taking a day off is possible, but not easy. I have an amazing staff who can handle most situations, but even on vacation or a day off, I still get calls or messages. I'm sure there were times Jenna felt she came second to my work. She told me so herself. I tried to change things, but there's only so much you can do. As far as I can remember, I was never intentionally mean or rude to her. There were bad days when I was irritable or distant. We had disagreements, but nothing unhealthy or toxic. I Honestly thought we had a strong relationship and that we were both happy. I know I was. It's hard not to doubt yourself and wonder if I really was such a disappointment or neglected her so much that she felt so unloved she'd do what she did. I don't know. But I do know that, regardless of that, her words and behavior were completely unacceptable. I didn't deserve it, and that's on her. Short update, I filed a police report and took photos of the wrecked house. Hopefully, they'll help get some compensation through insurance. As for the police, it's unlikely anything will come of it since I can't prove it was Jenna. Honestly, I don't want to see her again. I just hope insurance covers the damage and I can move on with my life. That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this story till the end. Don't forget to follow our channel and take care.